Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi, and let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi. What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have, I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies. Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. Uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
We couldn't talk about this on the regular old show, but the entire internet's is abuzz over Ricky Martin's big boner that he popped on stage with Madonna.
What?
In this viral video. I don't know what they're doing, but he and Madonna are sitting on a stage, and they're sitting beside each other in like high chairs, stools, and these two guys come out and they simulate the sex with each other right in front of Ricky Martin, and then kind of do a little stripper dance on him. And he's all into it, because he likes man sex.
Man sex.
Yeah.
And at first I thought it was just his pants. You know how sometimes they're not jeans, but you're wearing like a soft pant. It'll, like the fly part of it will stick up. But then he stood up, and then you could still see it. But people freaking out over it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this yet. I'm good.
Isn't it understandable? Yeah, he's like, Ricky Martin, boner, man sex.
I literally had picked up my phone
Ricky Martin's hot, sexy boner.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good. I
just checked our search history. Why is Ricky Martin's hot, sexy boner?
I think I want to bone a friend, Regis.
Yeah.
You're going to add about it in a minute.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't start typing that in.
His wonderful Latino boner.
But why is that? I mean, you got that going on in front of him. Does it make sense that he would be aroused?
Sure. They were doing some. I mean, it's beyond provocative, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the one had the other one bent over, and I mean, if they wouldn't have been wearing little thong underwears, they would have been doing it.
Yeah. I mean, well, who's the choreographer on that dance routine? He's like, I want you to bend them over and just plow them right in front of Madonna. It's like, what? That's not a dance move.
I could have choreographed that.
Yeah.
You're going to have
now to
Ricky
the beat.
Martin in the chair, and you're going to put your head in front of his crotch, and the other guy's going to come up behind you and just pound the crap out of you.
But he's going to do it on beat. Now, you got to make sure that each hump is on a beat.
I wanted to be a dancer in New York City. That's not what I expected. I thought I was going to be dancing in the Nutcracker ballet. Nope, you're going to get plowed on stage in a thong.
In front of one of the most beautiful men they ever was.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he's going to love it. I don't know. People are freaking out.
But if he were a heterosexual man, and that was going on up on him like that with two beautiful women, would you think that he would have the same reaction in his pants?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. You try to contain yourself. If you're on stage in Madison Square Garden, you don't want to be on stage with a spotlight on you with a big old boner.
But here's the thing.
Well, you don't want to be, but you're in that
That's what I'm saying.
scenario.
You
Like,
try
maybe
to
you can't help yourself. Like, this is, this is very erotic. I don't know what I'm going to do
I
here.
could control it.
I just don't think it would be possible for me to get aroused being in that close of proximity to Madonna.
You don't think it's
I mean, they're sitting right beside each other.
Yeah.
There's that.
And what was it about? Oh, why?
She's on this tour. She's bringing up celebrities like every show now. So she's had a bunch of them on stage to get danced on and things like that. Janet Jackson does it a lot too.
Yeah, I knew Janet Jackson at the one tour we saw her on years and years ago. She would get one guy out of the crowd and do a stripper dance on him.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. Sure. I'd bob a boner for that. Britney Spears would have celebrities on stage during her Las Vegas residency, put them on a leash and like walk them across the stage. I'm like, I don't care how big of a fan I am of Britney Spears. You're not going to put a leash on me and walk me like a dog.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Give me a break.
Were they still famous celebrities, or were they like kind of had seen their?
I'm trying to think of who.
Like, were they just trying to get some spotlight?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're just such super huge fans of these people that they're allowed. They make them look like boobs, and they don't care.
Yeah, they just did they get there and get caught up in like, I get to be on stage with Britney. Or anything Britney wants me to do, I'll do.
Yeah,
that's just dumb. Have some pride.
I'm not doing that.
I agree.
Have some control over yourself.
Now you're Ricky Martin with a big old boner on stage. It's stupid.
Now, if you're him, are you embarrassed by that?
I would be.
Yeah, you've got to be embarrassed by that.
Because it looked significant.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's like, hey.
It looked like he was wearing a codpiece is what it looked like.
Maybe you're like, hey, this is a little embarrassing, but, if anybody's interested, that's a pretty good photo. You know what I mean?
No dude looks cool with his hands on his hips with a big old boner in his pants. I mean, you were Brad Pitt, and you look stupid. Like in khakis, like with a big boner. I mean, it's weird.
And the guys, look, the guys are not that were doing the thing in front of him were not good looking by any means.
No. They weren't.
No, they weren't good looking. So I mean, I could have picked some better ones for him. Can you imagine if they would have been really hot?
Yeah,
like his cup of tea.
Yeah, maybe. What's his cup of tea?
Something hot, I would think. Something pretty.
When you're as hot as Ricky Martin, you would think it would take a lot for you to be even interested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they can't get super hot people to do that choreography. They're like, listen, you got a butterface. Guess what role you're playing tonight? You're the one getting
the good-looking people. You're going to be dancing in Material Girl and Borderline. Butterface, you're going to have to take it from behind with your face in Ricky Martin's crotch.
Like, okay, you've lost a step. We've noticed you're not keeping up with the rest of the dancers. So you're Ricky Martin tonight.
Putting your face in his gooch. In Menudo's gooch.
And I picture them not even being American. They can't even speak English or whatever. They just need the job to be able to stay in the country or whatever. It's like,
so embarrassing. That whole thing is embarrassing.
I don't get that art.
No. Is that art?
That's what they would call it. But weren't they rating them too?
Yeah, there was some sort of contest going on where there was like 1 to 10. I don't know what the talent was, what they were rating.
Madonna's just like, see, I'm still cool. I talk about sex and I do perverted things.
Yeah, cutting edge.
I'm cool.
Cutting edge.
Yeah. They had one other video from that show, and she's doing. It was one of her big ones, like Vogue or something like that. And the audience is not even in. They're just kind of standing there, like filming on their phones. No one's really cheering. I was like, oh, I thought this would have been like. You imagine it's just a lot of gay guys at a Madonna show in New York City, but they just look like, hurry up, Madonna.
Yeah, because I mean they don't want to be thrown up on stage.
Yeah, maybe not.
Hurry up, Madonna.
Yeah, like go do something.
Didn't they say that? Was it the Charlotte show a few years ago that she was so late for, or that it was hot in the place or something?
There were several shows, all the shows for at one time. She was late for everything. Like in Miami, she didn't even show up until 11:30 or midnight.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
pretty regular for her.
Say, yeah.
She was scheduled to go on about 9. There's an opening act, and then she goes on at 9, and it's like 2.5 hours later, the show starts.
But that's what you get at a Madonna show, and it's
Sure.
well known that she shows up like hours late. I know people are suing her for it. It's like, well, then don't go to a Madonna show. I mean,
Well, it's like years ago, people used to go see Guns N' Roses, and you knew they're not going on at 9 o'clock.
Right.
They're not going on until midnight in some cases. And people would hang around, and then they'd be furious. But you knew that going in,
Yeah.
odds were they're not going on time, which I do not understand. I don't get it.
Because they're just too cool. That's what it is.
It's rare when your entire day is centered around this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is built for that. It's not that complicated. You might be 10 or 15 minutes late because of something, but like 2.5 hours is just you're rude and you don't care about the people that come to the show.
They're just turds.
That's it, Rob. They are. They're just professional turds.
You're right.
I went to see Leanne Morgan, the Southern comedian, Saturday night in Charleston. And she said, look, I got one more story to tell y'all. I got one more thing I'm going to tell y'all because I know I promised that I'm going to have y'all at home in bed by 9:30. And she did. She said, as a matter of fact, if you've got your melatonin in your purse now, go ahead and take it.
What time did the show start?
7.
Okay. So what, she was done by 8:30?
9.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a long comedy show. I like that.
It was. She had an opening act.
Oh,
Okay.
But yeah, it was awesome. She's awesome. But Nelly almost got us killed one time.
Oh man.
Remember, he was so late for this concert that we were hosting with the radio station that he was out in his bus watching the Final Four, and the cops had to go out there and tell him, you either get on now or we're arresting you because there's about to be a riot. Because I mean, it was on and on and on, and there wasn't an opening act. There was just some poor DJ trying to keep the crowd hype.
That show, if I remember correctly, started at 7 with the DJ who was supposed to play 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't bring like his entire collection. He brought about an hour's worth of music.
Yeah, and that was before DJs used everything on computer.
Yeah. So he's bringing albums and crates and everything. So that's why he was like, I only need an hour's worth, so I'll just kind of take what I need. That way he's giving himself 15 minutes of leeway, maybe a little bit more. And I know that he played everything he had, then he did it again. And when he started the third time, we were like, we're out of here, because he was there at 7 and it was after 9 when we left, and Nelly had still not gone on stage. It didn't go on until after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and one time we had a concert with the radio station, and the cops made Vanilla Ice go on. So you're supposed to already be on there. We got to shut the streets down. It was a street concert, and you had to be shut down because some ordinance or whatever made him go on.
It was a whole backstage thing between Smash Mouth, Vanilla Ice, and Paula Cole.
oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
Paula Cole was the headliner, and they were gonna pull the plug on her stuff, and the poor generator guy was begging them, please don't do that. Please don't. It's gonna blow this stuff up, and please don't do that. I'll shut it down. Just please don't pull the plug.
And you know how Paula Cole was about being on time. I mean, she was like, I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
For our lives to be over.
Didn't Coolio do that to us too? But like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And
He's been dead for at least 5 years. Somebody been
I know one time there was a Christmas concert. I think it was a Christmas show. And the radio station, this was a long time ago, but the radio station had Tone Loc as the throwback artist. And then we were gone. We did our thing and then left because it was on a weeknight. But when it was time for Tone Loc to go on, They had to go to the hotel and get him because they were sitting in their hotel room smoking weed. And they were like, hey, man, you're supposed to be on stage right now. And he was like, oh, and he totally lost track of time.
Is Tone Loc still alive?
I thought he was dead. Let's look at that. I was literally thinking about that. I thought
until I get an answer for that, that'll determine what I say next.
He is alive.
Okay, then never mind.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culver's.